brush land he just drew?
Honestly, I don't know quite what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Another Thoughtseize here reveals the Eternal Witness. Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, now do you take the Rhino just to make him play the get back the Rhino?
Hmm.
I'll take the Eternal Witness.
I would take the Eternal Witness here like he does because if he drew another one, it'd be really awkward, and then he can just it just lets him play the Eternal Witness next turn to get back the Rhino, and then or you could have him get something else if necessary if he does not choose to get rid of it. Now here he could just slam the Rhino.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely slam the Rhino here.
Mm-hmm.
13
This
to
is one
21.
reason why I was advocating for taking the Rhino to make him take an extra turn to play it.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of a turn 3 Rhino, turn 4.
Yeah. But it looks like Jason has a Terminate in hand, so.
Esther.
Definitely showing the
Play the
fast
brush then.
another brush land.
Move to combat.
Sure.
Looks like Eric drawing a lot of lands.
Terminated.
Lingering Souls flashback or just Lingering Souls?
I'd just play Lingering Souls here since you don't have that much of a board presence right now,
Yes, lingering
and you
souls.
don't want to like get over blown out by like a Maelstrom Pulse.
Instead of getting a 2 for 1, you go 1 for 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's two.
Looks like my sound finally kicked in there, so.
Yeah. Hopefully everyone else could hear you while you're talking like that, so it's just not me sounding and talking to me.
Be exciting stuff right there.
Mm-hmm.
One commentator. We don't need 2 here.
Mm-hmm.
Overrated. Goes straight for the Goif. Missing land drop there?
I believe so.
Ooh, nice abrupt decay off the top here for Eric.
Mm-hmm. Glyph's only a 3/4 though, so doesn't even get through the wall.
Only a 3/4. That's easily taken care of with a land, with. I
Is there
guess we
not
already
a-
have creature.
Yeah, there's definitely a creature in the graveyard. Is there not a land already?
No, it looks like it's just
Instant sorcery
instant creature. Yeah.
Indeed.
And that takes care of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the abrupt decay doesn't really care.
Yeah. The Liliana in Jason's hand isn't looking too hot right now with all the sacrifice things. Eric could do like a token or maybe even the Birds of Paradise now since he already has 5 lands.
Yeah, definitely a little weak here. However, taking it up just to keep Eric's hand empty, definitely a fine play.
Mm-hmm.
And it does look like Eric is down to 1 card, so definitely relevant to empty his hand.
Yeah, and the one card we know is probably the.
Oh, Cletus too.
I feel like
Ooh.
Cletus is a better play.
I think you have to respond to Cletus, don't you?
Black. Abrupt decay.
Esther.
I guess that's fine.
Because Cletus here now can stem the bleeding that's coming from these 2 tokens.
Absolutely. Next turn, just slam the Liliana, or if you hit the land, you get to attack with the Raging Ravine as well.
Mm-hmm. It also makes your removal spells really good in this scenario.
Absolutely. I feel like Eric needs to be flashing back the Lingering Souls to make this a 2-turn clock rather than a 4-turn clock, though.
Well, it's not even a 2-turn clock, since we
The
imagine.
lifelink off the Colitas, true.
Mm-hmm.
Kitchen Finks.
They'll put him up to 11. Kitchen Sphinx here, though, is pretty good. I would now flash it back, though, because now you can block. But
Well,
kitchen,
Colitas eats the Kitchen Finks when it blocks.
well, that's what I mean. You flash back the tokens, so you
Oh.
can block.
I would probably block with the Wall of Omens before the
Mm-hmm.
tokens.
It's kind of awkward with the Kitchen Finks with the Cletus on board because doesn't the Kitchen Finks just go to the exile?
It does.
The the Terminating hand from Jason looks pretty good.
Terminate things.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Looks like Eric knows.
Definitely seems fine here.
Mm-hmm.
Block the wall.
Sure, I'll gain 3. Go to 11.
Does he? No, he already used the abrupt decay.
Mate.
Mm.
Lava Mancer. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely pairs well with the Cletus here.
Mm-hmm. And against all the 1/1 tokens, it looks like Eric just drew a Eldrazi displacer, so that could be a reason why he's playing the brush lands.
Be interesting. Blink my Rhino. Blink my Rhino.
Mm-hmm. Or possibly your Eternal Witness or your
Sure.
Wall of Omens.
Also deals
Finks.
with the Cletus.
Mm-hmm.
Combat.
Back to 9.
Deals with tokens pretty well. Seems interesting. I can definitely see the reasoning for it. So
I feel like-
activate the Lava Mancer, play Liliana. Play Liliana. Go ahead and minus it to try and get more value out of your Cletus, forcing him to activate the Displacer, then activate the Lava Mancer in response to that.
I'll just attack him with these two here, because now he could either choose to exile the Cletus or exile the token, but he still has to block the 2/2, and he has to use a wall, but then the wall will die to either the Grim Lava Mancer or the Displacer will die. So now he'll probably shoot the wall will die and give him another token here.
Absolutely.
And then he could still then cast.
What did? Oh, Maelstrom Pulse.
See.
Zombie. And I'll do 2 to the Wall of Omens.
Gain another zombie.
Yeah, see, this is a really good play from him.
Terminate.
Yeah. There are multiple lines there. I definitely didn't see the Maelstrom Pulse, but that definitely works out better for him, so.
I feel like if he had any other removal spell, he would use it on the Displacer, keeping that for the tokens.
Obviously, yeah.
So that could be a sign here from Eric that's saying that he has no other like direct removal spells to get rid of a 3/3 from Jund, which is practically everything.
Well, he could. Isn't the Displacer a 3/2?
No, it's a 3/3.
Is it? Okay.
If it was a 3/2, I feel like he'd just instantly like ping it.
Lavamancer it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like not even.
I feel like Kalidas has single-handedly taken over this game.
Especially now where you could sacrifice the tokens possibly to make your 3/4 like a 5/6 or even a 7/8.
I definitely feel like this flashback on the Lingering Souls came a couple of turns too late, even if he did have the Maelstrom Pulse in hand. Like, he needed a way to keep the life gain under control, and he hasn't really done that.
Yeah.
Combat. 6.
Also, previous turn, he definitely should not have blocked with the Wall of Omens. Should have just taken the 2. His life total's plenty high, so...
Give him another token here is not what he was wanting to be doing.
Exactly. Here, though, 9 damage.
Yeah.
Needs to do some blocking.
And then Jason goes up to 10.
Yeah. Assuming he doesn't sack any tokens.
Well, it's a sorcery speed only effect.
Is it?
I'm
Okay.
pretty
You go
sure.
to 10. You go to 14.
Shows how familiar I am with standard cards.
He's seen a decent amount of modern play.
He has, but...
He's still a standard card
yeah.
though, yeah.
Still has the Lily sitting in hand here.
I think he has 2 lilies, but they're just not good, super good right now.
Absolutely.
See, I'd rather play the
Scoos.
Scavenging Ooze.
Yeah.
Pulse.
Like, play Scavenging Ooze, leave up a green and then the red for the Lava Mancer.
Just wanted to empty the hand. Now, what is the graveyard there? Just barely outside the view.
Yeah, Jason discarded a Dark Confidant.
And it looks like Eric may have discarded a Rhino? No, that can't be right.
Well, he has no cards in, but he would have cast
Well,
that
he
last turn.
discarded something there. Is there anything that gets Eric out of this? Like, he needs to draw removal for the Cletus.
It looks like he just drew a land too.
Yeah.
So
And he just took 9 damage, so he's actually at 14 health right now. Has the Lavamancer up.
I feel like you just pinged the birds in the turn.
Yeah, obviously. Or if he swings 4 tokens at Liliana, which I don't know why he would, he could save the Lily by killing one. So he has a few options. Just going to game 2. Yeah. There wasn't much hope there for Eric. I don't think there was anything left in his deck that could have dealt with that overwhelming force of zombies.
Yeah. The handshake's kind of awkward though too. Just the game 1 handshake.
Yeah. Some people, it's like, yeah, you bested me, and make you feel awkward.
It was a close game for a while there.
Yeah. Cletus just single-handedly turned it around. Oh, sweet kitchen finks. And Knight of Souls Betrayal slams it down. I definitely feel like Thoughtseize did a lot of work there for Jason as well the first 2 turns.
Took both the path and the the Rhino. No, the
Eternal
Eternal Witness. Yeah.
And as we saw, the Eternal Witness did end up being the correct choice due to the Cletus, needing to prevent the path. So are we going to see things like Celestial Purge out of Eric here?
It's possible. It'd be pretty good against Jason and his black cards like Kalidas and Liliana, and possibly Goblin Dark Dwellers.
What other good sideboard options does Eric have here?
Eric playing Abzan?
Because normally I would say things like Rest in Peace, but since he appears to be trying to take advantage of his own yard, don't know how much he would want to play something like that.
Yes. No. When
There's a
Sin
Sin Collector.
Collector.
That's
I
weird.
have a friend who plays John. I'm like, okay, you need to pick this up immediately.
Right.
Did not listen, and then paid like $20 or something for the card.
Yeah, it was. Kalidas is the 4-drop that John was waiting for a long time. Since the Bloodbraid ban, and
It's gonna get
especially
unbanned
since
soon.
the Deathrite ban, there were, you know.
So do you just insta-replace Cletus with Bloodbraid when it gets
there's always
unbanned?
that, one or
It counts.
two
Like you'd have to like look at it, look at the card, and look at what you're trying to do with it, and then like look at the meta, which is a lot of
All,
work.
all I'm
work.
going to say is Bloodbraid into Liliana.
definitely
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. It's
Just saying.
those slots perfectly.
That's a lot of card advantage. Like,
Uh,
sure, Kalidas is a powerful card and would deserve a
Yeah,
spot
it's
somewhere in
tough,
the
man. You know,
75.
Bloodbraid was,
but Bloodbraid.
was as good as it was at the time because they hadn't figured out that Deathrite Shaman
Yeah,
was
that's
really
right.
the problem.
Accelerating into Blood Raid.
Yeah, I mean, turn 2 Liliana, turn 3 Bloodbraid, right? Like let's just go nuts. So, I mean, you definitely still play some number of them.
See?
You know, but having more than a couple 4-drops in your deck, you know, I mean, this isn't Abzan. Abzan is, you know, set up for that.
Mana dorks and whatnot. Sure.
yeah.
One of the
Maybe you
advantages
become
in
more
my
like a
mind
no. You don't really want to become more of a mana dorky Jund, because like you don't want to like play a Bloodbraid and get a Birds of Paradise.
Yeah. Like, it was fine when you had Deathrite Shaman because
Dead Third Shaman did a lot.
You
Yeah.
to the turn where you do 2 things.
when you have 8 Planeswalkers in your deck that cost less than 4 that you can Bloodbraid into,
Right.
So the worst.
because as we all know, Deathrite Shaman is the 1-mana Planeswalker.
Does it all.
Literally
The-
does it all.
The point at which Jund starts winning games is the turns when it starts doing 2 things in 1 turn.
And it just turns the corner.
Right.
Gets a threat, kills one of yours.
Yeah. Exactly. That's when you're able to start breaking parity. In
Don't you love when the players do our job for us, just giving the commentary? I can't really dispute it. You have enough forms of card advantage in the deck where when you do start doing multiple things, it's really hard to keep up with Jund.
So what else other than Knight of Souls Betrayal do you think that Jason brought in here?
which I like.
Well, we can probably safely assume that the Lilianas are going to come out. They're pretty poor here between Lingering Souls and Mana Dorks.
Basically just playing Craig Krempel's.
So we've got Knight of Souls Betrayal, probably another copy of Scavenging Ooze.
Coming in.
Just turn
Yeah.
my head
Yeah.
and play table chairs and drew a
Honestly, I'm not overly familiar with what current Jund sideboards look like, so...
Good luck.
And to you.
Hopefully, we'll get to see some of the sweet tech here.
It's probably like 2 lanes, 3 lingering souls or something over there, and I'll just get blown out by Jason's turn 4 Knight of Souls.
Well, Jason's taking the mulligan here. Eric's still thinking about it. Or did he decide to keep here? I guess he would have decided to keep here.
Yeah, he's first to choose. But then again, this is not the most competitive RL event.
Well, this is Tuesday Night Modern here at GameSwap in Mason.
You have a point.
I feel like I have to give that plug, right? Somewhere in the job description, surely. So, I was talking to Ben Weinberg over the weekend. We were watching some of the Legacy SCG in between rides at Kings Island. And we quickly realized that we both absolutely despise miracles and going to time. And even the players that constantly play miracles, not to name names here, are notorious for getting multiple draws throughout multi-round tournaments. And it's just like, at what point do you say enough is enough, you're clearly the problem, and you start giving losses instead of draws? Do you think there is a point like that?
3 lands left in the deck. I got 3 looks at it before it mattered.
Like, imagine it's different if you're playing like a really slow deck like Miracles, and then it just happens every time. Like you're playing against you just get mirror matches every game, every match that you go to time. But if you're like a player, as a player you play Miracles, and then you just happen to go to time every round, and then you're getting a lot of 1-0 wins.
Yeah, the 1-0 wins are what's real concerning.
That's the real problem. The 1-0 wins is really scary, but there's not really a way you can get around it that easily.
I wonder how many top 8s can be attributed to 1-0 wins.
Looks like we kept a 1 land here from Jason.
Yeah, 1 land, discard spell. I think he mulled down to what, 5? No,
6.
he only mulled to 6 and decided to keep on 6 with a 1 land.
Hasn't cast any discard spells.
Well, Leyline.
True.
Turn 0 Leyline definitely put an end to that. I think this is actually the point where you scoop him up. You're so far behind.
Move to discard.
He's still not scooping him up. I'm rather surprised,
It
honestly.
looks like he kept the Liliana's in. It's kind of awkward.
It is what it is.
Yeah. I definitely don't think I like the Lilianas here, since all the tokens and mana dorks, they really make them underwhelming.
I don't think this Birds of Paradise has paid for almost anything in this game. Because he played
One
it
more
turn
land
2.
and we'll start paying for this Gavany Township.
Scoop.
Yeah. Jason, I honestly don't think can come back from this. The fact that he is deciding to continue to play is surprising.
The first 2, the other 2 discards were a thing, but now you just he literally thought about what he's gonna discard, and then you're still in 1 land versus a 3/2, an unflashback Lingering Souls, flashback then a regular Lingering Souls, and he also has the lane land on the battlefield, so there's not a ton you can do here. Even if you did sort of just happenstance to draw lands, and you didn't draw land there either.
Yeah. Jason. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm honestly unsure what Jason was hoping for there. Illness in the ranks?
I would make the same decision every time.
I don't know. You're playing to the odds. It makes sense.
I personally wouldn't make that decision, and I would happily go down to 5 there.
Playing 1 land hands against certain decks just aren't a thing.
You haven't come to terms with the fact that when you play Magic, sometimes you don't get to play Magic by now.
That is true. We do play this instead of chess for the variants.
Are you telling me you don't play it for the art? The digital
At,
art.
at, at one point, I did play it for the art, and then M10 happened, and the digital revolution.
And sometimes you play a company and you whiff.
Nowadays, art is just so mediocre and all the same that it's so dull. Give me old school art any day of the week. Give me a good stasis art. There we go.
Stasis art.
I'll take the stasises with my invoked prejudices.
Whoa.
My hand had multiple.
The fact that I get racist art, sure, it's bad, but I get the stasises. The stasi?
Like I had things to do for 3 turns before I needed a third land if I get the second.
I wonder if they've ever had to make a plural of that particular word.
Stasi. It's weird. When there's multiple stasises.
Yeah.
I think the opener was 2 bobs and a
I
coin.
wonder, like, could you imagine like being an artist and then like you get like a contract to do a certain card, and then like the card's name is Invoked Prejudice, and you're just like,
Right, exactly.
you just have to think of like, how do you do this artwork? Because like they don't give you the text of the card of like what it does. They just give you like the flavor text, like like and then
Well,
the
back
name.
then, they just gave you the name, and they happened to give that one to a registered KKK member.
Oh really?
Yeah. I'm just
Wow,
saying,
that's-
like, I don't think that was accidental.
Oh.
We'll never know since that was, what, 94?
Scry.
What one land hand would you keep on the draw with Jund?
A one land hand on the draw with Jund, we'll say a six card hand. It would have to involve at least one drop discard spell, a lightning bolt, and then a 2-drop.
Like a confidant.
Confidant or a
Goy.
Bob. Or Bob
Confidant confidant or Bob.
yeah, well, I would be pretty happy with either. Yeah, Bob or a Goif, yeah.
Looks like Jason's hand here is a little bit more lands. I think the first hand he mulligan had like a decent amount of lands, like at least like 4 or 5. So that's probably why he mulligan there.
And he looks like he kept Liliana's in for game 3 as well. I'm still not sure that's the correct decision.
Looks like Eric has a Golgari charm here for maybe possibly incoming Knight of Souls Betrayals.
Yeah.
The
You
good
do
old
have to plan
0-1
for that.
Goy.
He is a massive 0-1.
That Golgari charm right now.
Oh wow! I don't think I would use it here, but that would that is a play.
No, it would actually become a 1/2 before.
Oh, like the lightning, bolt.
yeah.
You can't bolt a 2/3 if there's not an instant in the graveyard.
Yep. Same problem.
Maybe that's why Jason played it, because he thought like, ooh, maybe I can get him. And
Lingering Souls incoming?
These life totals are still 20-20 here, not 7-22. That'd be a problem.
Oh,
Well,
no.
now it's 22-20.
That's two.
I think somebody's too busy playing Pokemon Go there. Can't really blame him. Speaking of which,
We were on the highway coming here, and we saw a Bulbasaur. I was like,
turn around.
it was like the slow part too, so I had hope. We were traffic.
Like, I'm a little surprised how common Eevee is in the game. Like, considering how far out of your way you had to go to, like, get multiple Eevees in the actual games, like, it's kind of disheartening how common they are.
I don't know, like some evolved forms are pretty easy to get, like Pidgeotto, Pidgeot. Yeah, I don't have a Poliwag, but I have a Poliwhirl.
I have a
Just fast.
Poliwag, no Poliwhirl, so.
Cards.
I have 5 cards in hand.
Instant.
Looks like the Goyf is now a 1/2.
That Bellsprout is taunting me.
You still don't have a Paris?
Mm. I almost walked 5 feet out of my way earlier to get a Staryu, but then it's like, meh. I don't care about this game nearly that much. If they happen to be in my way, sure.
Some people go, like I have a friend Peter Lucian who said he's like in the past like couple of days or like, at least like a week or so he's walked like 20 miles or something. He's already a fit person, but like just walking for the purpose of this for that much is pretty silly. I personally think, but it's healthy and his Pokemon are better than mine. So
I have one friend who literally walked 7 miles on Saturday.
what?
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. And it's like, I can kind of understand like wanting to be fit. I can kind of understand wanting to play Pokemon Go, but walking 7 miles to play Pokemon Go,
That's right.
Cletus here from Jason's pretty good. I want to see. We'll probably see like a Path to Exile or something here.
yeah. There's probably a lack of answers in Eric's deck for Cletus, so.
Mm-hmm. Is that a Rattata?
Yeah, I still need to catch a few, so that's fine.
Gotta upgrade those Raticates.
Gaffney Township.
Well, looks like this Kitchen Finks is about ready to start outclassing this Cletus.
Mm-hmm. Eric also has a Restoration Angel in hand in case a removal spell is happenstance going towards the Kitchen Finks.
And my least favorite part about this game, it freezing.
It's not freezing, it's loading.
Okay.
But it freezes way too much, and the servers go down all the time.
No, this happened last night when I caught a Drowsy while using that incense. Completely just froze up and it was done.
It's a hard life.
Yep. And it was like at the beginning of the instance, like I'd used it for less than 2 minutes, and it was done.
Hmm. So a bolt from Jason here, forcing Eric to regenerate his Kitchen Finks in the fear of it being exiled by the Cletus. Pretty unique play, using your Gogari charm, which is probably for the Knight of Souls Betrayal, to regenerate your Kitchen Finks.
Hey, sometimes you've got to do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
I clearly feel like the Kitchen Finks is more important than the Knight of Souls Betrayal. One of versus your only like relevant card on the board.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, how do you feel about like playing the souls and then flashbacking the souls and the fear of him being able to play activate Gaffney Township the next turn, so you have four 2/2s.
Combat.
Personally, I feel like Eric is being much too conservative with his Lingering Souls, so I would actually go for that play.
I feel like he has another one in hand too.
Yeah, I knew you
So.
had land. I was just trying to remember what all I was contributing to it. Okay.
And he has a Restoration Angel in hand right now that he's choosing not to use for anything. And there's multiple turns where he just passed to Jason in hopes of probably like trying to catch a removal spell or something for it not to happen.
So you
Yeah,
take 6
he's
and I gain
he's
3.
definitely not being aggressive enough. I feel like he's not pressing his advantage.
I feel like Jund is the more controller version in this. Like at least Jason's Jund is more control than Eric's Abzan Blink deck. But I do think Eric's deck is pretty cool because you run like the Restoration Angels and then the Flicker Wisp, not a Flicker Wisp, but the Eldrazi Displacers, so you can blink some of your good ETB abilities such as like Kitchen Finks or Wall of Omens.
He's now lost out on the opportunity to flash back the Lingering Souls, so
That's true.
I believe that Jason did just draw that ooze, so that would have been a good topic if he did. Foothills out of the Abzan deck is a sight, but a green fetch is still a green fetch.
hey, budget is a budget.
Mm-hmm.
Combat.
No blocks. 15 all.
September Garden for white. All omens.
Definitely don't agree with that. Activating the Gaffney Township probably would get you more advantage here.
I kind of like the Wall of Omens here because it does nicely block both either the Kalitas and the Goyf.
In that case, he needs to be playing the Birds of Paradise in hand as well to try and start setting up for a big Gaffney next turn.
and or like Liliana buffer.
Well, Liliana can't target.
Oh yeah, you can't make target player sacrifice. Slaughter Pact here from Jason. This is a good place to use his Restoration Angel.
Oh yeah. Maybe you was right to wait. And Restoration Angel will definitely be a little more impactful than Birds.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he gets to make him waste the 3 mana as upkeep as well.
This is pretty good.
Oh yeah, this is one of the better Restoration Angels I think I've seen a bit. Not to mention he gains the 2 life.
Mm-hmm. Next turn he has the possibility of swinging for 8 in the air if he activates his Gavany.
Take one from Brushland to produce white. Restoration Angel.
So he's taking one from his Brushland to pay his white, put him into 13. And the Restoration Angel is going to
Really something
Blinker.
I was expecting to see.
No. This deck
Yeah.
is regular Abzan.
As we stated earlier, he's playing a lot of different cards than what we were used to seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Like things.
Yeah, you need to go to 16.
It
Still
goes
in
up to
step.
15.
He took one from the Brushland.
Yeah, I'm 50. I fetched and took a damage off that, so I'm at
Looks like
15.
they got it.
Oh, I missed the damage off the Brushland. Still in step.
Terminate?
Terminate.
Yep.
Tap.
Missed his zombie trick. No?
No, he got
got it. Okay.
So if I was Jason here, I'd probably
Fact.
sacrifice the zombie to my Cletus so he's a 5/6, and then just beat him for 5/6 lifelink.
Definitely seems reasonable here. Especially since Goif is only a 2/3.
Mm-hmm.
Combat.
No? So, I think you block Goif with the wall and proceed to take 7.
The wall and let the other come through.
6.
Yeah. So down to 9.
Oh no, blocks the Cletus. Okay.
Yep. Pass.
A decent draw, but
What did he draw?
it was a Kitchen Finks. Again, I still have to advocate for activating the Gavany Township here.
Mm-hmm. It looks like Cletus's his ability is not its instant speed, so you can't activate it anytime.
That's what I thought. I was kind of confused when you said it was sorcery speed.
Yeah, it just says sacrifice on the vampire zombie. Put 2+1/+1 counters on it.
Sure.
Plays the birds. Activate
So wait,
Gavany?
did Eric block the Cletus?
Instep.
Yes.
Oh, okay, then I would have sacrificed the zombie then, because it would just give you a new zombie, then you'd
Absolutely
gain
agree.
5.
Absolutely agree.
Cards.
1.
Looks like Eric's just gonna hope to activate this Gavany Township right now. Looks like Jason's probably going to activate his Raging Ravine,
Definitely seems fine here.
or he possibly has another 4-drop, such as like the Night of Soul's Betrayal, which would just be a slam here,
Actually,
or like a Chandra
I don't-
Pyromancer.
I don't think it would be a slam because it affects all of your dudes, and he can just activate Gavany in response, and he doesn't
True.
lose anything.
Then he can just activate it next turn and still keep bigger. So yeah, he's just going to activate the Raging Ravine.
So here, I think it's just Cletus and the Raging Ravine that can attack profitably. because anything else can be ate by the kitchen finks or traded with by the spirits.
Attack. Trigger.
Chooses just the.
Response activate Gavity Township.
I guess
And
he
then
get,
block with Wall of Omens.
Solve. Get a bunch.
Yeah, I guess you really don't want to attack Cletus here, because he could just block and then activate with either like 2 tokens or the 2 tokens and the kitchen finks, which
Well, just the kitchen finks would be fine.
well no, cause you can't sacrifice, yeah. So yeah, I think that's the right attack. Would you do you just block it with wall here and maybe
Yeah.
like don't want to
Absolutely.
trade?
No. You definitely just block with wall here. Continue to build your board. Your board is going to grow faster than the Raging Ravine will, so you win that race. And as soon as he hits one more land, he can play a second Kitchen Finks and then activate all in the same turn. So Eric is definitely winning this race as long as he continues to activate Gavany and the board state does not change. Question is whether or not Eric sees this.
A Maelstrom Pulse here from Jason would be pretty good here because like you get both the tokens or possibly the.
Oh, I forgot about the birds, so he can now activate the Gavany as well. So,
Yeah, this is steadily going out of Jason's favor here.
oh yeah. Question is when you turn the corner and start being aggressive.
Jason could draw some removal spells here, like Abrupt Decays or Bullets, which should still be pretty good. Because you still have your Cletus, and then you can block
Spread
Sacrifice.
your lands out so I can have a better idea what you have untapped.
Yeah, the sneaky.
Pile of lands.
Yeah,
Pile of lands.
I just got 4 lands. You just got 5 lands here.
Each pile is 5 lands. Shortcut, go.
Just some forests, some plains, swamp,
Past you.
Instant.
Gavity Township maybe.
One card.
So Maelstrom Pulse is obviously Jason's best draw.
Yeah,
I think Knight of Souls Betrayal is quickly becoming his worst.
if he has a Damnation, I feel like that'd be pretty good here.
Yeah, that would definitely be a solid play. Would Cletus ability affect the Kitchen Finks with Damnation?
Maybe. I have no judge. If it does, that's pretty good then.
Oh, Maelstrom Pulse.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Gets
Definitely
both,
relevant here.
gets,
That one too.
gets both kitchen finks.
Get 2 zombies.
Like we said, the
Yeah.
best draw he had.
Yeah, now you just beat in.
Oh yeah. This game
Because
just,
now you can sacrifice a zombie.
this game just swiftly went the other direction.
Looks like Jason also didn't have a sorcerer in the graveyard too, so that
I
got
thought he
boosted.
did. I thought he had discard spell at the.
I think he's played a discard spell because he had delay lines on the battlefield.
Oh, true.
Combat.
I don't think he's seen a Liliana here either this game. Yeah, that ravine isn't activated.
Those guys.
Those gays.
So, unfortunately, I don't think you can block the Cletus at all.
Looks like he's just activating now, so. So now I feel like you put the
Actually, the
spirit-
wall is a 2/6, so it could block the Cletus.
So you do that, and then you put the 3/3 spirit on the token just to make him sacrifice,
That's true. Yeah.
and then you
And
take
take
3. So
Yeah.
you go to 8.
Agreed.
Like that.
But this still isn't like going the best way for Eric here now. The Maelstrom Pulse.
I'll sack the zombie.
I wouldn't.
Blocking
I guess you might as well sack
Yeah,
that one.
it's fine.
2. +1/+1.
It
Counters,
keeps
so
the most number of zombies on the board, so that's actually optimal.
Yeah, there's no reason to sacrifice the other ones. So that one was just gonna die.
And land for
plenty of time to finish out this game. It looks like it'll be coming close to an end here.
It looks like an Ewit off the top here.
That can
Not real helpful,
it's
but
not amazing, but you could
another
play it and then
another
get
body.
play it and then possibly cast the or you could play it and then cast Restoration Angel.
Well,
Oh, no,
there's
it's
only
exiled.
land in the yard right now.
Yeah, because of the exiling from the Scavenging Ooze combined with the Kalitas.
Playing it though forces him to activate the ooze, gets you a body on board, and he can still activate Gavany Township by tapping the birds after blocking. So
Green, white, black, colorless.
I know.
oh, he has a rhino. Where did that come from?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like I guess he just didn't want to play it because he couldn't keep up Township with it.
I guess, but still, I think you still slam Witness though. Just you need all the bodies you can on the board at this point in the game.
Just his pass.
I disagree with that play. Like, sure, you're not getting the most value out of it, but a body is a body at this point. And this is what I'm talking about. Just freezes it.
Oh my god. Well, sometimes like it happens to me like that when I like caught it, and then like I close and open it, and it says I still caught it.
Yeah, I'll still catch it, but it'll just be frozen for like hours.
Oh, like hours?
Yeah.
You not close? Can you not like exit then like close all? That's what I do, and it instantly works.
Unfortunately, Apple is not caught up to Androids with the ability to close out of programs.
Okay, 5. Go to 22. Pass.
Just blocks the Kalitas with the spirit here.
Yeah, because
Into another Rhino. Ugh.
yeah, this is quickly becoming decent draws here from Merrick. Now, if he would have played the Eternal Witness, getting back a land.
Or just getting another body. Also, I disagree with the block with the spirit. He should have blocked with the wall.
The wall
because-
dies.
Well, no. He would have had to sack a zombie to do that. So it would have ended up
It would have
being
made
the
another
same.
zombie.
Yeah, so you keep the same number of zombies, but you also have another body that can attack.
Did you win?
Activate. Blocks.
Decides here to block with the Raging Ravine. And he decides to attack with the Rhino, which I think is pretty awkward here.
Yeah,
If Jason's
that's-
life total is 22.
Yeah, it's definitely not a great attack.
Those are my blocks.
Yeah, just throws everything up on the Rhino.
So you get to eat two things, probably Scoobs and a zombie.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, no matter what, he loses it. Actually, he gets to activate Gavany, eat the Raging Ravine and Scoobs, and then keep the... Still loses that, but... yeah, I would definitely eat the Raging Ravine plus Scoobs.
Yeah, but he does get a third zombie here, which is
Scavengers and zombie, so
he doesn't see the. I guess he doesn't see or doesn't. He just wants to play a second Rhino.
Apparently, he doesn't care about the Scoobs.
What did he choose? Just no. What is he doing? What is this?
He apparently stacked damage to deal 2 to the Raging Ravine and 2 to the Scoobs.
What?
Yeah, I'm a little confused as well.
That's
Like activating
Awkward.
Gavany and doing that would have been fine, but
yeah. You can't cast your second Rhino in hand though. But if you're just doing this, so it's already weird.
now he can Ewit back Rhino.
No, it's exiled from Cletus.
Oh, true. Never mind. I don't understand why he made this play at all. Gets land back, plays land.
Yeah, it looks like there's a Rhino in his graveyard, but that should be in the exile, I imagine.
No, that's exiled pile.
But
the-
that's his hand.
yeah,
Okay.
that's the one he drew.
he quickly just puts the land there.
Yeah, he definitely did not assign damage there optimally.
Yeah, this is kind of awkward.
Yeah, just slightly.
So I feel like you just rush in with the Cletus here and pass. If you-
Actually, activating the Ravine might also be a play here.
Doesn't it just get blocked by the wall.
He should have activated. Yeah, activate the big one. Otherwise, the wall eats it.
Trigger.
The wall doesn't eat it. It's only a 2/6, but it could be up to 3/6.
Sure. 3/7.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking. Never mind. I don't know what I was thinking, honestly. It's been a long day.
I guess he can still sacrifice a zombie here.
And a 5/5 there.
5/5 there. Go block.
That attack with that Rhino, though, and then the damage assigning,
It's kind of awkward.
a little bit. Trying not to be too critical, but makes you want to ask questions.
Master.
Then turn, activate Gabney again.
Certainly.
Maybe his game plan is to make birds big enough to swing for like lethal in 2 turns.
Yeah, it has a little bit of a ways to go before he can exactly do that. Another Eternal Witness here, though. These Eternal Witnesses aren't the best with
Seems
this
kind of
Cletus.
poor between Cletus and Scavenging Ooze. They haven't done much work.
Yeah, there's also a Terminate in Jason's hand, so I'm curious why he just hasn't decided to kill this wall. I wonder if he'll do it now into turn.
Gabney.
Well, he's essentially just the Abyssing with the Cletus every turn, so.
Well,
Mhm.
I mean,
I'd be at
wait. Hold up. Judge!
Frick.
This is still in play.
Yeah.
Because you've already drawn,
So yeah,
which
we
is a
can,
problem. Right. So,
forgot to fetch with a wooded
yeah,
foothills
he's
and activate my
short-cutted.
Gabney Township.
Gavin during my during my end step last turn, which would have necessitated him
What did I
sacking
do?
the wooded
Fetch.
foothills
Grabbed
to
the land.
get the mana.
I forgot to fetch
He's
the
already
land.
drawn.
So you just remove the counters?
Hmm.
Just go ahead and we'll fix the fetch. Has anything else happened after that, though?
I drew for turn.
Yeah, he's drawn.
Eerie interludes are in the deck too. Looks like there's like 4 of.
Cover
Shocked.
myself.
So you'd be at 8.
Yeah.
As for the card in his hand, there's not much I can do about that.
Yeah, it's fine. Can we get a little time extension, please?
I'm pretty sure the counter should go away. Like, if you're going to let him fetch here, he should not still have the counters on the creatures, or he should have to shuffle the card that he drew.
Okay.
Since he only has 1 card in hand, right? You should have to shuffle that in and then draw for turn.
Yeah, we're under a time
Oh,
crunch.
he's 2.
Oh,
Just go ahead.
in that case, he shouldn't get the counters.
Rhino.
24 to 11.
No attacks. All you.
Terminate right out and bash.
Instant.
Agreed.
Terminate the bird.
Oh, interesting.
Gavin, sure. Yep, it's fine. We'll get another zombie. He's a 4/5 now because I have a creature.
Yes.
Draw.
Now I'd activate the Ravine and attack with pretty much everything, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah.
attack with everything.
Well,
Activate. Combat.
actually. No, yeah, that's fine. It's not a great attack, but with the time crunch, sure.
And the Goyf. The Goyf's a 4/5 now, so it doesn't really get eaten by anything.
It gets 8 by the Rhino.
It is a 5/6, but then that means you get 4 damage, and then possibly more damage. And
Ravine is a 6.
6/6.
You know, I'm not gonna win. I might be able to draw it out, but I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna give you the game.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, Eric made some questionable plays. I feel like he would have been in much better position if he had played that slightly differently in Game 3, but I feel like he might have been rushing a little bit due to the time crunch.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that one could have gone on for a while.
I actually, seeing what I just drew, I could have dragged that one out, but I would have gone.
What did you see? Was it like I don't know, like
I
it
didn't
looked
see it.
like it was an eerie interlude, but that'd be really bad actually right there.
Eerie interlude.
It's just like a blinker effect. It's like ghost walk, ghost away. It just like blinkers all your creatures and they come back at the next end step. It's usually it's to avoid like wrath.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Didn't get to see
Oh, you
that
get to
card.
choose what you blink, but
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm. But like all of his creatures had counters on them. Like, are you gonna blink your 4/8 wall,
It's not great, but it's fun.
or your like the rhino? I guess you could blink the rhino.
What did he board out to bring those in?
Not Liliana's.
Yeah. Those lilies definitely seem suboptimal.
Yeah.
Luckily, you didn't draw them in Game 3.
It's possible they might have been decent game 3 because like all of his creatures were getting to like
Yeah, Restoration
big
usually
points.
does things to people.
True.
Like makes you play scared whenever you have 4 mana open.
Yeah.
I would have been a lot more aggressive during a couple of those turns if it weren't for the fact that I
Should
knew
have
you
been
were
a lot
playing
more
Restoration.
aggressive.
Looks like he boarded out almost all the discard
Which is
spells.
a benefit to playing Restoration.
Right.
I wonder if he chose to do that like after game 2 and getting like blown up
He
by.
didn't board again
Yeah, if I'm
after
playing
Game
that
2.
deck,
Did he not? So I
No.
guess he just did that from the beginning. It's
Always,
weird.
always.
I guess he was like either like maybe he was afraid of like
Until I
locks
have
on
to do something
spiders or like
that makes it
Lily
clear to my
Fleeges or
opponent that I
something.
don't actually